everybody, and welcome to the 50th episode of the TeamFourStar podcast! You can feel the excitement in the room.
It's crackling. It's crackle-lackling.
Ah, see?
We're getting there.
You owe me a Coke.
Damn it.
We're showing our age and our skin color, guys. Gotta knock it off.
I can't.
Hey now. Hey,
he didn't say cracker lacking. Goodness.
Well,
Dude,
I'm
there's
sorry.
never enough of that.
I'm sorry. TeamFourStar is never cracker lacking.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's... Trust me. But yes, guys, 50 episodes
No, man,
of the podcast.
you've been doing an insane... Like, honestly, all the other podcasts we've ever tried to put together, this one's the longest.
It really is. It's longer than any podcast any of us have ever done separately or together combined.
Hasn't the record only been 4?
I think the most we've done is like... It's like between 6 and 10.
We got in the teens. The first, either the first or second one got into the teens.
Right. Well, regardless, this one wins. This one's the keeper.
Yeah. That's right. And obviously, because this is a very special episode, for those of you who aren't aware, this is on YouTube!
Woo! I was wondering why there was a time bar below us and viewers. Weird.
Yeah, that's right. I can't wait. Oh, all those juicy comments. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Do you think that people who haven't listened to the podcast will now go back and listen to the older ones?
I hope so. I mean, we'll have a link. We'll have links in the bottom if you guys want to see it.
Yeah, go back in time. Talk to 2014 Lanny and Kaiser. Is that when it started? 2014?
I like how you keep
Wait,
conveniently forgetting I'm here. You can talk to me too, and I haven't changed.
Nah.
Who are you?
You don't actually exist, though. That's the problem. You're a figment of everybody's imagination. It's actually kind of impressive.
Honestly, when I was there in Vancouver, I don't know whose house I was staying in.
Did you play Quee?
Oh,
Oh,
no!
man. Taking those deep cuts.
Ew!
He's
my
teaching
God.
English in Japan now. He's doing good.
Oh, good for him. I like how I was like, we don't even give him a name.
Ouch.
Oh, jeez. Anyway. Yeah, but no, guys, like, once again, 50 episodes, that's fantastic. I wouldn't say amazed. I wouldn't say surprised. I figured this would happen.
Eventually.
But, like, give it time. Slowly but surely, it happened, and I gotta
here
say,
we
man,
are.
it's been, it's been.
We should probably
insane.
introduce ourselves, though. I feel like that might need to.
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
It is our 50th.
And it is,
first on
and it is the
channel.
first time on the, on the YouTube. So
I mean, I think it's the greatest addition to YouTube burn we've ever added.
Right after TFS News.
Oh boy.
always finding a place for these things. Time and a place.
Yes. But gentlemen, please, introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Lanipator. For those of you on this channel who are watching, I am the voice of Vegeta and Krillin and Master Roshi and Piccolo and Mr. Popo and a few
said
various...
Vegeta, right?
Yeah, I said Vegeta. And a few various others. But I also co-write the series with these other two gentlemen here, Kaiser and Taka. Or DBZA, that is. And I will let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Scott KaiserNeko.
Now.
Hi, I'm Scott KaiserNeko.
Hi, I'm Taka. Oh.
Hi, I'm Scott KaiserNeko Frerix. I'm the editor for Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I'm one of the writers with these two over here, Taka and Lanny. I'm Korin, Yajirobe, Zarbon, King Kai, Oolong, Icarus, Gregory. I'm a lot of small characters, a couple of big ones. I'm also Pip Bernadotte in Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, as well as the co-writer and at one time editor for Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. And let's see, anything? Oh, I'm Sang in Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged.
There you go.
That's right.
That's right.
Hi there, I'm Takahana 101. I am one of the co-creators, starters, writers of DBZA. I voice Nappa, Guru, Dende, Bardock, and currently Cell. And in the movies, I played Lord Slug. And I co-write Hellsing Ultimate Abridged with this fine gentleman, KaiserNeko here. And he edits it.
Hi.
And in which I play Alucard. And In Final Fantasy VII, job's always changing with that one. But for right now, I am the voice of Reno in Red 13, and yeah, we got.
I thought you were about to say I'm the voice of reason, and we all know that's not the case.
No. There have been rare moments where I have been the voice of reason, and those moments were very sobering for everybody involved.
Yeah, because that man's shit went really wrong.
Like when Taka's the one spitting the truth, it's like, oh,
you know we have problems at that point.
Exactly.
We love you, Taka.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You guys have the main studio down in Dallas, and I'm up north in the research base up in the Arctic of Canada. So there you go.
Our
I hear it's lovely this time. Hey! It's lovely this time of year. I'm not sorry.
It really is. And by the way, as punishment or reward, members of TeamFourStar will be sent to me if they've either been acting well or poorly.
Although you know where I'm going next week?
To hell?
Finland, where it's 70 and
I thought
sunny.
you were going to hell because of your lifestyle.
Oh well, I mean, give me like what 30 years, maybe less. I mean, AIDS is a thing.
Yeah, depends, really, honestly.
I just made my husband almost spit out his tea.
Oh no!
Not his tea.
So is your husband, just for everyone out there, is your husband Grant, Kieran, Takazito? Who is your husband, Kaiser? Just for all.
My husband is Christopher Kirchhoff. It is not Christopher Zito.
Did
It
you
is
say
not Kieran
Kieran?
Summerlade.
I heard Kieran.
I also heard Grant. I'm just prepping
vampire.
I'm prepping the comments right now. I'm just prepping the comments.
Just getting ready.
Wow, you're gay, Kaiser? Said someone always
Yes,
every video you
the answer, yes, KaiserNeko is gay.
Oh my god!
But yes,
did I introduce myself?
I don't recall.
You haven't. And
I'm not
our
important.
wonderful host,
The host with the most.
Antfish. It is I. I play various characters in Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I played Captain Ginyu, Dodoria, Sauza, Android 15. I'm going to be Hercule.
Mr. Satan.
Yes, thank you. I keep forgetting. How could you forget Satan?
How
No
can
one
you?
forget Satan? He's always right under us, guys.
He's always
But no,
watching.
Always watching above, just telling me to wear underwear. I play Dandy Man in Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. Also Shadis in...
we can't. I didn't even mention it. You can't do that. Okay.
We killed it! And in Final Fantasy VII, I am the co-writer, co-director, co-producer, project manager, as well as star voice of Barrett.
There you go, man.
So... Yeah, it took me a while.
I could have
there.
said all those things too, but I figured you should.
Yeah.
Because in the
let him
current
have
season
it.
we're working on, Antfish has taken like the workload of the entire project, as I've been currently dealing with a bunch of stuff in my life, which has been fantastic of him. Antfish is the kindest, sweetest, most hardworking, dedicated, and to be honest, he is disproving a massive, massive stereotype that a person who smokes the amount of weed he does can be productive.
Yeah. I did
You did
it,
guys.
You made it!
You Rogan'd it!
Broken laughs all around.
Sounds like 4 cars trying to start up.
But who will win? That's the real question.
Boy.
You know who the real winners are, guys? The
Oh,
audience. And why
no,
is that?
not them.
Yes.
Why do they always
because-
win?
Because we gave them episode 53 of Dragon Ball Z
Oh
Abridged.
shit, we did do that.
Finally,
Yes, we did.
about time, you're alive.
Took forever.
Where were the jokes? Just getting all the comments out of the way.
Why did it take 3 months for an episode? We did World's Strongest in the Me. That's not an episode!
That doesn't count because it does not fit with my narrative of wanting more.
It was also 30 minutes
It was
long.
the length of 2 episodes, which is
I
what's
know.
so, what-
People,
The length of 3!
yeah, people don't really think. People don't like. It's kind of problematic when people look at the movies and like, well, it's not an episode.
It's longer than an episode.
It hurts our souls when that happens.
It's really disappointing because it's like we're giving you new Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
It's
super
and not to get up our own ass or anything about like, oh well, our content's great no matter what we do. It's like, but we worked hard on it, and this is the kind of stuff that people subscribed for.
But enough of us being whiny.
Ah.
Yes, but yes, tell us about episode 53, though. Were there any challenges? Were there any parts that you enjoyed?
Oh shit, we
How was
just
the
jumped right
process?
into this, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome
Alright,
to the
cool.
podcast, man. Is this your first one?
I'm just saying, we don't always jump right into the topic.
But sometimes it's right.
Mm-hmm.
And that time is now.
So, yeah, okay, were there any, like, big... We rewrote a bunch of stuff,
No, we went
actually.
back
We
to-
wrote a lot of that. We went through that with like a hacksaw.
We went through
Yeah.
through 3 rewrites.
No,
We
I
went
thought-
through
wait,
3 rewrites.
3?
Yeah, I did. We did the first rough draft, then we did a final pass, and then we had to wait a while, and we went back to it after having a major discussion about the direction we wanted to take everything, and we went back and we rewrote it pretty extensively with a very fine-toothed comb, and then we had this
Yeah.
episode, which people love. Like, the general reception to this episode has been overwhelmingly positive for most people, which is great.
We definitely tried to make it the best that it could be.
I always try to do that. At least I do,
Doing our
Kaiser.
damnedest. We always do our damnedest with these episodes. Yeah, it's. I've reflected on this a few times, but when you first showed me a preview, and you I saw that Trunks versus Cell fight with the Hikari no Willpower, it blew my mind, and like I told you, it kind of sparked within me like what it is that I loved about Dragon Ball again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where it's like you love Dragon Ball for many reasons, but for me it was about the spectacle and the action, and that scene really got me back in.
Well, the funny thing about that scene was I remember in the original Z, I hated that scene. I hated that scene because it was screaming and screaming and yelling and screaming for so long.
Oh my god,
By
it
the
was
time
Dragon
that
Ball.
they actually he actually finally got into the fight, I felt like it felt so pointless.
Right.
I actually rewatched it in Kai though, and in Kai, funny enough, when he does that power up, a specifically for that moment written song plays, called "The Lone Warrior," full vocals and guitar, and it's this really awesome song.
Yeah?
And for the first time, Kai was like, okay, I am sorry, I am loving this entire bit of this arc a million times more than I did in the original. Because it was much better paced, the scene is huge and epic, and then it actually inspired me for when we sat down with the scene. I'm like, that was such a cool scene in Kai, I really want to make that scene big again. I want to make that big, and it's Trunks' last real moment until after Cell's defeated.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. I was like, what song would I use? And obviously, almost instantly, I was like, Hikari no Willpower. It was in Ultimate Battle 22. It was in Final Bout. It's been used so many times. And I couldn't just use the regular song because the regular song, first of all, sounds really old.
Right.
But second, it just didn't have the tone for a real battle scene. So I got a hold of Ein, and I'm like, Ein,
Help!
I need a battle version. I need a orchestral battle remix of this song.
Ein, I need help. You do.
And then we got Il Nige, which some people might be familiar with. He does a bunch of reviews and stuff.
And
He's also
out of curiosity, will the video for Hikari no Willpower be out by now? Because we will be posting that.
No, yeah. That's not going up this week. It's going up sometime next week.
Okay. So it should be up by now.
Well, is this going up on next Monday?
Well, I don't know, honestly. That's up to Antfish entirely.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
it
we'll try and get Hikari no Willpower, the orchestral battle mix, out by next week.
All right. Sounds good.
But yeah, I loved working on that scene. And the best part is, I have a bunch of burst limit sound effects. You wouldn't believe how many sound effects I was actually missing. By the way, I'm eating. I'm sorry. But
That's all right.
I was missing a bunch of sound effects for Dragon Ball, and then suddenly Burst Limit has this huge, unbelievable list of stuff that I've been missing. If the show sounds better than it ever has, that's why.
Because you got all these extra sound effects and stuff. And,
I don't have to reuse the same stuff over and over.
yeah, I mean, it's been an ever-growing process since we started. By the way, another kind of milestone for this. We've been a team for just over 8 years now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So 8 years ago when we started working with what limited resources we had back then, we have grown. So we have an office now. We have a studio. Like this, it is absurd how far we have come along. I mean, just all things considered.
It's been crazy to see where we're at, like the progression from where we started, just being like you three guys, and then eventually just expanded into this incredible, big worldwide thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say it's always been more than just us three. I mean, when it started out, this like TeamFourStar was meant to be kind of the without any meaning for this to sound cheesy. It was meant to be kind of an abridging super group because that's what it kind of stemmed from. Really, was we were all friends with each other and we all kind of came together. It was mostly Kaiser, Taka, and myself who were taking the creative side of it, but it was always more than just us.
It's interesting because I remember the conversation. It all started when with me and Kaiser in a call, and I asked him if he could abridge anything. What would it be? Because at the time I was working on G Gundam, and he was working on Lupin the Third, and Lanny was working on Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, at the time we were in a call, and I remember specifically asking. He mentioned like, it's not my first project I'd like to work on, but I really like working on Lupin the Third. And I'm like, well, what would be the number one project you want to work on? And Kaiser said,
Dragon Ball. I'm sorry, like it had to be Dragon
you
Ball.
said Z. Nice try.
I probably said Z.
You said Dragon Ball Z.
Like,
No, you said Dragon Ball Z.
The linear to that for me is very is minimal if I'm not thinking about like Dragon Ball particular.
Just Dragon Ball the franchise.
And that was way back in the day when Masako Vegeta 3986, who was the man we mentioned earlier. Yay, we found a way to work his name in here. We were working on the movies, as well as our friend at the time, Rissa. She was also working on them with us. And you felt like you didn't want to step on any toes or anything like that. So the conversation, of course, ended up going through me. I think you spoke to Masako first, and he was just like, "Oh yes, anything I get to play Goku in."
I remember
absolutely.
I remember the conversation. Kaiser would make a bunch of excuses why it couldn't work. He's like, "Oh, they got their own thing," and I'm just like, "Just do it. They like you." Because the thing is, Lanny and Masako at least had commented on Kaiser's episode saying like, "Hey, this is good. You should make more."
I freaked out because it was back when Nathan Graves was doing the abridged podcast, and
the interviews.
Yeah, and he got Masako on there, and I was like, "Oh, hey, it's Masako. I love Naruto abridged." Next thing I knew, he was talking about Lupin the Third and how much he loved it, and I was like, I freaked out. I think I freaked out to my husband.
That's pretty.
That's
at that time.
Boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't even know.
No, not yet. I think
you two didn't get together until we were like, I think at least partway through season 1.
Yeah.
Because I was a sophomore in college at the time when you were talking about going out and meeting him.
I just started working at the machining shop I was working at.
I was freshly moved in. I believe I was freshly moved in when I was working on episode 11.
Yeah, no, it was after season 1 you moved. I remember that. But anyways, back to the point at hand.
I think this is part of the
No,
point.
it isn't. No one cares about your love.
It's our history, man.
No one cares about your love life.
The history of abridged Trunks.
Abridged Trunks' history. With that, I remember we were in the call with Lanny because, Lanny kind of has say in this. Like Masako said yes, so I'm like, come on, let's just get Lanny to a call. So I
was on the creative side.
We were so it was me, Kaiser, and Lanny all in a call together.
And at this point, we had a blossoming friendship at the time.
Yeah,
we had just kind of started to get to know each other, and we were known to have the occasional late night Skype chat at this point.
I think I talked to you about that, but at that point 4 times. At that
a few more than that.
No, I think it was 4. I remember my first day on Skype, someone called you while you were asleep.
Yeah, that I wasn't asleep. I was working on something for school at the time, I think. But they managed to catch me as I was just finishing up. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is really, but I'll answer it. It was somebody who I'd spoken to very briefly.
Yeah. And I was in the call, so we talked a couple times after that. Now, in this call where it was Kaiser, myself, and Lanny, the call went like this. We were just chatting. We wanted to ask Lanny about it. And
there was a lull in the conversation eventually.
Oh yeah.
And then I said, just do it. Just ask him.
Or, why don't you just ask him? And I'm just like, Okay.
Yeah, no, I was freaking out because I was like, don't put me on the spot
and then
like
Kaiser
this.
Spaghetti.
And he wouldn't let it go.
Kaiser-
Yeah, are you kidding me? That's Lanipator over there talking. Don't
Kaiser
do this to
spaghetti
me.
just started pouring out down to the meatballs.
Everywhere.
Spaghetti. And we asked, hey,
So eventually I'm just like, okay, ask me what? It's fine. I don't really care. Just ask me.
how
Yeah.
big is
And
Batista's
finally,
dick?
I just
It's pretty big.
it was actually it was really intimidating to ask you, mostly because I've never felt like it for a long time in the production cycle. I never felt like I was as cool as any of you guys.
Well, you still aren't, if that makes you feel any better.
That's kind of true.
But you eventually asked, and it was like, hey, we were wondering if you'd maybe want to work on Dragon Ball Z, and I of course came back with, that sounds great, Kaiser, you're an amazing editor, it's going to be awesome. I have 2 conditions. I want to be on the writing team, and because I hadn't been able to yet, I want to play Vegeta, because I was scheduled to play him in the movies, and the Tree of Might script did not turn out quite the way I had wanted it, so this looked like my chance.
And we agreed, obviously, to those terms. And then we just started spitballing ideas in that call. And then we actually ended up coming up with a bunch of great concepts just in the first night of conversation. Because we talked
We came up with the idea of Ghost Nappa the first night we really sat down to come up with
I remember in that
things.
call, I had to audition for Nappa. We're like, who would play Nappa? I'm like, I just raised my hand. I could do it. Or
No, you said it in the voice.
I could do it. I wasn't planning it. It was just like, who plays Nappa? I just kind of raised my hand and like,
What about and then you and I shot back and forth with a bunch of potential Vegeta and Nappa stuff. It's like, oh my god, this dynamic just works so well.
Vegeta, look.
What?
The Green Man group with only one
Look at
member
them.
and a bunch of whiteys.
So we thought at the night, it's like, we can't kill off Nappa. We gotta do something with him. So we came up like that night with the concept of Ghost Nappa.
And then we structured everything
And
around it.
yep, we destroyed everything from that point on. Abridging was dead from henceforth.
Yeah, we rewrought the apocalypse of abridging.
We did. But through that, a new wave of abridging was created.
Mother of God.
Well, it's like Beerus, man. First comes destruction, then creation, man.
That's how you do.
But did Beerus ever create a tournament? Perhaps maybe an abridgeathon?
Oh my goodness, I actually think he did do a tournament. That was one of the arcs in Super, but yes!
Actually, that was technically
Showed
that was
me.
Champa, but
Well, it was both of them. They agreed to it.
Yeah, we'll fudge it a little.
But for those of you who don't know what we're talking about TeamFourStar's Tenkaichi Ironman Budokai Abridgithon.
Hi. Hashtag TIBA.
Hashtag TIBA.
Join the conversation on Twitter using the hashtag TIBA.
For those of you who don't know what TIBA is, Taka, would you like to explain?
Oh, I would be more than happy to. See, last YomaCon, I had a conversation with HBI, and it was like, you know what? We at that point, I think we had hit 2 mil yet subs.
We were just sub 2 million at that point, I think, because we hit 2 million around December or November.
All right, and I was thinking that like abridging, no offense, at the time was right now, or rather for the last little while, has been a little bit hard to get into, or I don't want to say stagnant because there's been a lot of people making stuff. I haven't watched a lot of it, or rather like nothing's really catching on, so to speak, or to the level of which would be healthy, I think, for everybody, because a high tide raises all ships, right?
Makes sense.
So I feel like at that position, we're like essentially the most popular abridged series, more or less, without
It's kind of hard to argue that fact. Just in terms of overall views and subscribers, it's impossible to argue that fact.
Like, with all respect to the Sword Art Online guys, with all respect to Little Karibo,
Martin himself, of course.
Martin himself, who plays our Frieza. With all respect to Purple Eyes, all these Elite 3, all these great talented people. We're at the top with the most subscriptions and most views. Now, at that position, it would be irresponsible for us not to use that to try and encourage more people to get into what we got into.
To do stuff that we love.
Exactly. It would be... I just kind of felt that way. So I started working on rules with Antfish and my lovely girlfriend, and eventually, like, we sat down with HBRDK, and we asked him to run the competition. And then from that, he took that, like, that mess I handed him, and he, like, tweaked a couple things, and then we released the Tenkaichi Ironman Budokai Abridgithon. And it is the first time we've ever done something like this, and it is a bridging competition. Starting on June 1st and running through till, I believe, July 1st or July 30th.
I think it's June 30th at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time.
It's open. It's an open casting call for a bridge series. Like, take your time,
do
your
your
shot,
thing.
stack your deck, play your best hand, and add a bridging. And the top 30 will be featured on our site, and there will be prizes. So yeah, that's
that. And you can check out the video. I'm sure we can have an annotation pop up here just to show
yeah.
off where it's at.
Yeah.
Hashtag TIBA.
Hashtag TIBA. Also, join the conversation on our subreddit
And Twitter.
That's right. That's right. Anywhere where hashtags can go. But guys, I think this is actually a really amazing idea. So for anyone out there who really wants to put their foot out there to try and like, oh man, I wanna go out and I wanna do something cool. TIBA's great. And I mean also it can kinda it'll show a lot of you that abridging's hard.
It's not as easy as it once was, certainly. Like I used to be able to crack out an episode of Yu Yu Hakusho in a week. Then again, back then I had all the free time in the goddamn world and like nothing else to worry about.
Yeah,
But
much like lip sync.
Also, my quality standards way lower.
You could just say abridging's quality standards. Don't need to say yours.
Yeah, well, things have risen over time, obviously. But
And then lip flapping happened, and then everything
Kaiser
changed.
happened.
Don't apologize.
No, I know you don't. I know you
No,
don't.
the barrier for entry, and it's kind of frustrating. All right. Abridging on its own has become this difficult thing for fans, where it used to be just you put your best foot forward and then made something all your own. Nowadays, the barrier for entry is just so high that if you don't have good editing, good sound design,
or a group of people that can do it.
Yeah. The fact is, there are a lot of groups out there now, just because the one-man team just doesn't quite work as well as it used to.
No, it's
With
true.
some exceptions.
Purple Eyes being an exception.
Purple Eyes is crazy, and that's the power of his stand. He's nuts.
Yeah, no, Purple Eyes is amazing, and I don't even know how you would quantify that man.
Yeah,
The Dean Ambrose of abridging. The absolute madman. The lunatic fringe.
He has no idea what he's doing, but damn, he's good at doing it.
He's having fun, Maggle.
He's having fun, Maggle. When's he getting fired?
We can only fucking hope.
Give it time. Give it time.
I don't get what you're talking about, but I think it's funny.
Yeah, things.
Neither do most people listening, I'm sure.
I'm sure a lot of people understand. But it's definitely changed a lot since back then. Not saying that's impossible to do on your own, but back in the day, I made it through purely on my ability to do a impression of Kuwabara. That was how I did it.
And you keep saying just Kuwabara.
Yusuke too, but I didn't think about Yusuke at the time was the thing.
Which is the best part about it.
Because I didn't realize that people thought I would sound like Justin Cook. But lo and behold, some people thought I did.
Yeah, there you go, man.
No, it's been great. It's been absolutely great. I remember too, so much stuff in abridging has changed.
Yeah.
With lip flaps and sound effects, music.
After
I'm
Effects.
sure there was right there, see? I remember there was probably a time too where people would just take the camcorder and would just put it on the screen and then dub over it. I think that is super old school.
You think that one of those won't be submitted for TIBA? You're so funny.
What if I told you one already did?
Really?
The more things change, the more things stay the same.
Technical limitations, man. It's the cry of the beginner.
It is. But you know what? You learn. And how do you learn? You watch.
And how do you watch? You subscribe.
There you go.
Like, favorite, subscribe, baby.
Yeah, and you know what? TeamFourStar isn't the only affiliation of us that you can subscribe to. There's also TFS Gaming, where we have a brand new series out called The Overwatchmen.
Yay! Plug.
Plug.
Pluggity plug.
Multi.
This is a thing that I...
Yeah, Overwatchmen, like we recorded one episode. It's going over pretty well right now. I'm excited to see how future episodes do for it.
Yeah. And who are the Overwatchmen?
Me.
Me too.
I guess I'm one of them.
Zito, Masako.
It's going to be an ever shifting cast of characters.
The newest
honestly.
episode has Ein in it.
Yeah, ever shifting.
Masiko's
My
response to
God.
that was funny.
Was it why?
No, it was. He's a really good Bastion. But he's kind of insufferable.
He's so...
That's accurate. Actually, I wouldn't know
The
about the
thing is-
Bastion thing.
I play with him. He is a really good Bastion.
It,
And before the comment, oh, so he just plays Bastion and targets forward? Yes, he's really good at that.
we all love Ein, and he's super awesome. But he's also very particular.
He's also kind of neurotic.
Yes, he's like he does not read sarcasm and is very particular. You say anything that's out of sorts, and he will correct you or question you.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
Now, who is Ein?
Weinstein is our composer.
Yeah, he does a majority of the music for our show now. Our shows.
And FF7.
Yeah, he did the entirety of that FF7 album along with various contributors.
Which you can find up
Yeah,
here.
check it out. You can either click the link and listen to the whole thing, or you can go buy it over on iTunes, Amazon, all that fun stuff.
Give us your money.
Yeah, Louder, Spotify. Yeah, no, Overwatch. Well, maybe because Overwatch is like the new hotness right now, so it only makes sense that you guys would tackle
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
We're on the cutting edge.
We're going to be playing it anyways. Might as well turn the
Might
cameras
as
on
well,
and
might as
show
well
them.
make something of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've already played it way too much.
Yes, we have.
And by way too much, I mean, why am I not playing it right now?
Because you're working on stuff, Kaiser.
I'm not working on anything. I'm doing a podcast.
That's still work.
Barely.
Ah.
You're doing more work than I am.
Yeah, that's true. But in the grand scheme of things, you probably do a lot more work than most of us.
Yes, no, you do actually.
You
That's true.
definitely work later hours.
When I'm working, I may actually work harder than everyone else, but I don't always work that hard.
You're kind of the person that, like, you know, you'll sit on the beach for a while, but then you'll run you'll go for like a 5-mile run in a dead sprint.
Yeah, okay.
Is that accurate? I feel like that's accurate.
There's the analogy.
That may not be 100%, but it's good enough.
It's accurate enough for me. And you know what? That's accurate enough for almost anyone else.
Blah, 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 government work.
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah,
Blah,
yeah,
blah,
yeah,
blah, blah,
government.
blah.
Blah, blah,
Blah, blah, blah, government Chan.
Government Chan.
I don't know.
I don't
That's
even
the
know,
title,
man.
guys.
You don't have to know.
It's Government Chan.
No, we're not.
That is the title.
GovChan.
GovChan. Hello, GovChan. Actually, it's ironic, too, because you guys are going to a convention somewhere.
Yeah.
huh?
I'm
Oi.
not a part of this.
Oi, 2 of us are, though.
Mm-hmm.
Taka, you and I will be in England this weekend. Actually, well,
Yeah.
by the time this podcast comes out, this convention will be over. But still, we will have.
How was it?
It was fantastic. It was rainy, and it was England, and
Wait, but if it comes out next Monday,
I'm already jet lagged.
if actually, yeah, if it comes out this Monday, then we're good. If it comes out next Monday or the Monday after, we'll see. Always a question.
Logistics.
Which have been getting sorted out more and more.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of the goal.
Yeah. We've hired people on.
Yeah, we have.
It's come to that
You
point.
gotta make things work for you.
Oh, exactly. Speaking of working for people, I understand that you guys also do a lot of other work for another certain company. More so voice work for a certain...
Okatron 5000?
Well, yeah. that.
Well, this is not my segment. I'm gonna be walking away now. Goodbye.
Bye,
We
Taka.
love you, Taka.
He's in Canada.
Yeah. Poor
So
side.
am I.
Yeah. But
I'm
yeah.
available for hire for voiceover work. You can contact me on my Twitter.
But you don't have VA
at
at the end.
101.
Yeah, how are they supposed to know?
How do they know?
Yeah, we've been doing some stuff for Funimation every now and again. I've been in for One Piece a lot. We've been in for Fairy Tail a few times, which you can find starting on what episode, Kaiser? Our two characters show up.
228.
Yeah, 228. I play Rala the Hammer, and he plays our fearless leader.
Hiroshi the Sword.
Yeah. As well as
hold on 1 second. Hiroshi the Sword.
You dig? That's
Dude,
my
There
line.
we go.
That's my line.
Well
I
done,
did my
Lanny.
line.
Well
I
done,
did my
Lanny.
line.
What up?
And who plays the sniper again? I'm sorry, I keep dropping the name.
Oh, that's Kagi Films, Alejandro Sa.
Yeah, no, he's in there too. He's in that crew. And it's funny. I think they made a deal of casting us because we were all like YouTubers.
Yeah, Dragon Ball YouTubers, actually. Kagi does a lot of Dragon Ball stuff that I didn't know about until, like, very
But
recently.
he wasn't on that Watchmojo list. Oh,
Actually, that people made a fucking fuss about that.
They made all. Here's the thing. Everyone not on the list. Everyone not included on the list was made a fuss of. I read those comments.
yeah. Where's
Yeah.
SSJ? His channel was probably gone by that one up again. Poor guy. The poor guy.
Yeah, that really fucking
He
sucks.
keeps getting ripped down. Like unfortunately, like if we were in his position with his subscribers, we probably wouldn't have been back up. But since we had been around for so long and enough people made a fuss about it, it was lucky for us. I feel bad for him though. Like he's clearly just trying to have fun like we are with the show, and fans keep wanting us to like start beef with each other or something like that. I don't get it.
That's because we have two different styles of humor, so naturally one will.
Yeah,
one
naturally
will
one must be wrong.
Ours is more story driven. His is more eclectic.
Yeah, that's just how it is. His stuff isn't necessarily my cup of tea, but damn it, I respect him for creating it. The man puts in work. Like the fact that he's able to pump out the stuff he did, amazing.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we were in Fairy Tales as the Sylph Labyrinth Guild. They're treasure hunters. The funny thing is, like, we're in there and like, okay, so I'm the leader. Lanny's the big guy with the hammer.
The big guy.
And then I'm looking at this guy. I'm looking at this pretty boy with long hair, and I'm like, sorry, Taka.
Yeah.
You're just not in town. That's
You'll all pay. All of you.
it's just how the world works, unfortunately.
I'm available for hire.
Poor Taka.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it's fantastic that you guys have been doing a lot of work with Funimation, but something that really just, I could not believe it when I saw it, the news. For those of you who are unaware, our Cloud, Justin Briner, is the lead
Oh yeah, buddy.
in My Hero Academia.
Pretty sweet.
No, that's awesome. We love that boy. Like he's been here more and more since Amber has been working in the studio. Because I was actually doing a Wallace session just down the hallway with him and our buddy Chris Guerrero too. For those of you who don't know, he also goes by General Ivan on the YouTubes. He played Cooler in our show. He played Dr. Giro. He just has a great
Ricardo Maxwell.
smooth voice. Yeah, and he plays Ricardo
yeah,
Maxwell.
Enrico Maxwell.
Rico Maxwell. Sorry.
Yeah, Enrico. He's Enrico Maxwell, and in Fairy Tale. Oh, god damn it! I can't remember his character in Fairy Tale. He's a suave guy who's really short and ugly looking.
But he plays Gecko Moria
He's
in
got a
One
big
Piece.
chin.
Yeah, he's Gecko Moria in One Piece. The narrator for Toriko. Damn, he just has to get in Dragon Ball now.
Yeah, and who knows if they'll ever get another series like that again. That would be super, to quote Frankie.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't call it Dragon Ball Sparking.
You know, I'm actually no. The reason they didn't was because I believe. No, they could have. I guess they could have just called it Dragon Ball Sparking.
They didn't ask me.
Nah.
That was clearly their first and last mistake.
Yeah.
They probably had come up with the idea for the Super Dragon Balls and wanted to call it Super.
Who knows? They could have just been the Sparking Dragon Balls, though.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Just for one thing, Sparking.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, no, doing stuff up at Funimation has been awesome. Like, honestly, it was Chris Bevins that first brought us in there, and we can never be more thankful to him. Like, it's just being allotted that kind of an opportunity to work with the stuff that we love to work with, and getting in the booth was just so refreshing. I love getting in the booth.
I was so nervous the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It's always
Like-
it's okay to be nervous the first time, guys. You just got to ease yourself onto it, and just exhale.
He found a way there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I made it gay.
Leave that to me, okay?
Yeah, you let Kaiser handle those.
You always find a way.
But no, it was actually, yeah, it was really cool the first time we got in the booth at Funimation. You know, we started off doing Walla. And
That's still
largely
mostly what we do. Like, we aren't in their big name actor pool. Like, it's just not something, like, I don't know if that's something you gotta earn or...
Oh yeah, no, you gotta pay your dues. I mean, we're getting in auditions now though, and that's what matters.
That is the slow but sure step up.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm proud of you guys. I'm super happy with all the success that you're getting, as well as you, Taka. I know you're booking stuff. Don't act like you ain't.
Sad whale. Call me the sad whale.
Sad whale Taka.
Sad whale talk. No, I'm really happy. Because we start our office is down in Dallas, Texas. I am Canadian. There are limitations, like laws and stuff.
Yeah.
So it does suck, but that I've been awarded some pretty cool opportunities in the past. I have recorded for stuff.
Yeah, you were in Xenoverse.
Yes, I was. I have had the convenience to be able to record for things. I could not be paid legally, but I did get to record for them, which was pretty cool. Unlike myself and Antfish actually got to be in an episode of Pokemon.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool.
There you go.
That's true. That was pretty
true.
As well as that, I mean, I'm going to try and worm my way into the Vancouver voice scene, or at least try my hand at it, because it is a very active, very, very, interesting community. I've dipped my toes in it a little bit, and it seems like a lot of people very eager to prove themselves.
yeah,
and
man.
that's pretty fantastic.
Oh yeah, Vancouver's full of talented, wonderful actors. So you'll have to try even harder.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Right?
Well, try as we will. We will try. But guys, all these discussions that I wanted to bring up, we're now at the end of that. So I believe it's now time for questions.
Okay, I'll answer the first question real fast here. We do not ever, nor will we ever again, tell you when the next episode is.
Spoiler warning.
And if anyone tells you when it is, they're lying. Kaiser lies. He's done it before. He's been lying every time. You're a liar, Kaiser.
I'm a dirty, filthy liar.
Yeah, look at the liar, the big fat liar. Family Guy reference. So yes, that's the first question.
For the longest time, we've been using the hashtag AskTFS on Twitter and other social media websites, where our fans, or whoever, want to come in and ask questions. And this is the part where you have a question, and we get to answer it. And who knows, maybe if you used AskTFS down in the comments below,
we can keep those saved for next
might
time.
just get picked.
Hashtag AskTFS.
That's right. Hashtag AskTFS, hashtag TFS.
Join the conversation on Twitter.
I like how you're referencing the way the WWE says it constantly, which is great.
It's the only way I hear it.
It's the only way that's been said.
You don't watch television.
Nobody does. But yes, our first question. Fahuzel asks, what's everyone's all-time favorite anime/manga series other than Dragon Ball?
Ooh, that's tough. I kind of have two with a caveat of a third.
I never have a real answer for this.
My number
changing.
one, which is very, very, these two are super interchangeable, but my favorite manga series will always be Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter. Togashi just does some amazing work.
You know what? I know how to do this. Favorite magical girl? Cardcaptor Sakura. Favorite shonen outside of Dragon Ball? Anything from Togashi.
What specifically is the question again? I completely missed that. It cut out.
Oh.
What's your all-time favorite anime/manga series other than Dragon Ball?
Ooh, well, first of all, Dragon Ball is not my favorite manga or anime. It's in my top 10, but it's not one of my favorite. My favorite anime, Outlaw Star.
That's
without a doubt, my favorite anime. I love the way it is structured. I love everything about it. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite dubs. I adore it. Favorite manga? Ice Shield 21.
I think my favorite anime might actually this is my third caveat, by the way, but I think my favorite anime right now still might be One Punch Man.
Yeah, one.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't want to say One Punch Man because I feel like it's in my top 10 now too. But like, if I had to look back with nostalgia, it's those two for me. But One Punch Man is just excellent.
So good.
I can't wait to hear the dub. I mean that. I actually can't wait to hear the dub.
I'm super stoked.
Yeah, I heard who the director for it is. Can't say, but it's
Probably
a really good
shouldn't have
director.
said. Probably shouldn't have said.
Nah, what? I'm not saying who.
We don't know who. We don't even. We aren't saying which studio. We aren't saying who.
Oh no, the studio's already been announced.
Well, I don't really care.
Has? How dare? How dare? How dare?
I'm not gonna get to audition. Why do I care?
But yeah,
All I want to do is be the Ocean King. Just imagine the Ocean King with Alucard's voice.
then keep auditioning for Ocean.
There you go.
Dun dun.
What's your name, boy?
Speed of sound, Sonic.
You look lovely enough to eat.
I think you're thinking of Pretty Princess, actually.
Oh no. I'm talking about the Ocean King with the heart nipples.
I know, but
No, he wants to.
And
eat
it's Pretty
everybody and kill them.
Prisoner, please.
oh yeah, Pretty.
There's a character that needed to be updated for the anime.
Yeah.
Reading the manga, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, cool, a gay character. He's a little, like effeminate, but that's fine. Oh, he rapes dudes. Oh, that's okay.
No
that's
good.
one on. That's a checkbox off.
Although I'd have to say my favorite, like adults, I'd say my favorite adult-oriented anime is Cowboy Bebop.
That's not a bad choice. That's a very easy go-to choice, I feel, but it's such a solid show.
Unfortunately, I grew up with it. Like, I was into it before it was on Adult Swim, so it's like, as I know it's kind of the easy choice, but it just is.
Oh, we get it. You knew it before it was cool.
Exactly. But beyond that, God, there are a lot of anime I like. My favorite shoujo is probably Ouran. That or Fruits Basket.
Oh boy. You know what the worst anime of all time is? Who wants to hear what the worst anime of all time
Lanny
is?
does.
Eureka 7.
Why?
Might not be wrong.
I hate it. No. Can I explain why I hate Eureka 7?
Why do you hate Eureka 7?
Holland is the worst character ever.
Holland is a country.
Holland is a character, and he's the worst.
I'm gonna trust you on that.
Yes,
because
you are.
I've never watched that show because it was on Adult Swim.
He's fantastically dubbed.
I just
but he's a
remember that show
horrible
being
character.
like horrifically boring is the worst thing I remember about it. I couldn't give it a fair shake because every time I saw it, it was boring.
It's a show that made me actively root for the bad guys.
Which is actually, it's funny enough that you mentioned the bad guys, because that goes into perfectly our next question. By the way, my favorite anime and manga is JoJo, clearly.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
At SGJ Critic asks, if you were in an anime, would you be a hero or a villain?
I would start one and then become the other.
I think I've always wanted to play the hero. Like when I was in high school, and in the theater program, I was almost always cast as the bad guy, and I've always wanted to be the good guy. I think that's why abridging really kind of spoke to me a little bit when I got to be like, oh wait, you're saying I can be whoever the hell I want? I can be all the good guys? Awesome! Because I was almost always the bad guy, and it always made me sad because the bad guy never got the girl, and I never really got girls in high school, so.
I want to be the bad guy from the
Hold
first
on.
Oh,
First of all,
damn it, Kaiser! You
I'm
killed
not-
my moment!
I was just gonna say Lanny. Neither did I.
No, yeah, but you had a choice.
Yeah, Kaiser, you sure did suck back in high school. I want to be the bad guy from the first season. And then...
The bad guy that returns is the good guy?
No, not really. I'm still an asshole.
okay.
But then in the next... And then in the sequel series, with the children of the heroes from the first series, I am like the old grizzled veteran who gives them advice. That's what I want to be.
I see.
I would say I'd want to be... Well, here's the thing. It didn't specifically say what type of show we're in. So let's say, for example, are we in a show where the hero dies? Are we in a show where the villain wins? Are we in a show where the hero and the villain are both kind of like, they live in the same apartment because, rent's not cheap and they have to duke out against each other, but at the same time, they got to work together?
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes. That would be a great show.
You never know what comes
But
next.
no, I would say I would want to be the villain because the villains always have much more fun.
Agreed.
It's true.
Jim Cummings was right about that.
He's right about a lot of things.
You'd always be in Devil's a Part-Timer.
great dub as well.
Oh yeah,
We're
absolutely.
speaking about great dubs. Oh my god, Funimation work too.
What about you, Kaiser? Would you be the good guy or the bad guy?
Oh, I said
Oh, sorry.
I'd start one and then become
That
the
makes
other.
sense, yeah. It adds
Knowing
up.
me, knowing if this were an anime, I would probably switch from one to the other.
You're a switch hitter is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Our next question is, at Now I'm Bored asks, what upcoming projects are you most excited for?
I'm very excited to see how TIBA turns out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back from Finland, and then gosh, am I voting after I get back from Finland or Japan?
That'd be Finland, I'd hope. Wait, when are you going to Japan again? That's
We haven't actually discussed that in video form yet. We don't want to confuse people.
yeah, that's fair.
So you'll be judging eventually.
That's fair.
Well, when I get back from one of my trips, I'll be able to see all of them. Like I'll be able to see everything, the bounty that will be bestowed.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to
I think for me, what am I looking forward to? You know what I really love to do is I really love right now working on Yes Yes Love Adventure Go with
Zito?
Chris Zito. Chris Zito, one of the newest members of our illustrious team, and working with him on that show is nothing short of fantastic and fun. It is one of the most satisfying things to do, just sit there and just be silly gooses. I'm actually working on something which hopefully I'm very close to being able to reveal and show. I'm very excited to do that, and I can't say too much about it, but it's something 100% original that I've been working on in secret for 8 months with many people.
Ooh.
And these guys know what I'm talking about. I'm very excited to just reveal that little aspect of that, just the teaser of it, so to speak, and to see how people react to it. It's nerve-wracking because it's not like I can lean on someone else's IP for it. It's completely fresh, which is terrifying.
Oh yeah, the terror of freedom,
No, it is, and it is if you think
the
about
burden
it.
of choice.
More or less, it's true. Like our whole lives we've written with these projects within a box.
Yeah.
And this is my first time really working on something original outside of a box and trying to create restraints of a box around me to give me that similar feeling of restraint. Otherwise, you could just go too crazy and try and do too much. I'm trying to and what I'm working on is contained and hopefully doesn't try to be too much bigger than it should be.
Would you say that it's a challenge?
It is, because you got to trust yourself, and there's nothing more untrustworthy than yourself.
That's deep, actually.
Yeah.
That's true when you think about it. But no, the whole idea of challenges comes from the next question, which comes from our good friend Bo Burr, Canadian Dragon Ball.
Oh, is that guy now?
Oh, fuck, bro.
Oh,
Bro.
we're gonna get some fucking Timmies there, bud.
Oh, fuck, we're here killing all of the British people, eh?
So he wants to know, what are some of the challenges you guys find with the long distance between you?
Scheduling.
Oh yeah.
Scheduling and communication, biggest ones. Luckily, we've been able to mitigate a lot of that, but scheduling is still a little tough. But we've a lot of people I guess everybody outside of the team doesn't know this, but we've gone through a large expansion lately where we've brought on a lot of people who we've worked with for a long time, but have actually brought into the true fold of the team, so to speak.
Hell, Ben HBIGK Creighton has come on to be a manager. It's incredible.
Just to kind of help us keep structure and continue to act productively so that we can focus on what we need to focus on.
That's what happens when you
Yeah.
have 3 creatives in a room. It's messes just start piling up like crazy. And he's very creative as well, but he has so much skill with project management and personnel management from his previous employees. So bringing him on has been nothing but one of the best decisions ever made. So yeah.
He's a
We love
great
him.
guy. Just downright an awesome guy just to talk to and stuff.
He's fantastic. But guys, I got another question here. Second last. It's _HelixD asks, what's your fave froyo flavor?
Pistachio.
My favorite is I can't remember who usually has it. It's either Yogurtland or one of the other ones, but my favorite is taro. Taro frozen yogurt is amazing, and it has been for fucking ever since the one down the road has had it. Anyway,
You could drive to another one, Lanny.
What is taro?
Taro is a root vegetable. It's very sweet. It kind of tastes like buttered popcorn.
It's commonly prepared in Japan.
That does not sound edible at all to me.
Well, considering where, you grow up, maybe you should be a little less judgmental.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if they decided not to make a flavor of butter with my goddamn ice cream.
You'd be surprised. It's a very delicate sweetness. It tastes really good.
Actually, it's very close to sweet potato.
Sweet potato is closer, yeah. I just every time I eat it, it gives me like these notes of butter popcorn for some reason.
That's interesting. I don't know if I've ever felt that way, but I guess I can see it.
What about you, Taka? What's your favorite froyo flavor?
Actually, I like, guiltily, I don't really have a favorite flavor. I don't.
Are you like the kind of guy that gets plain and then stacks it with like fruit and stuff?
No, I just get something different every time. There's nothing that really jumps out at me.
That's fair.
I hate to be that. I just like trying.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with you. You're not weird.
Just a little.
Grabs arm.
What about you, Ant?
Oh man, I like black cherry, cookies and cream.
Both sound great.
I like to. Oh my god, it's great. I just like to find as many as I can. I like to have a sample of all of them.
Oh yeah.
First,
You always sample like I feel like a little bit of that today, but I don't want to actually get it. So
exactly. And then when you get it, then you put your yogurt covered pretzels, and then you put your coconut shavings on it. It's a good time. It's a good time. I love ice cream or any kind of frozen dessert in general.
Sir.
That's my weakness.
I have to be in the mood.
I'm always in the mood for ice cream.
I'm more of a cake guy.
Cake.
Kakudori.
Long sleeve, short jacket.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Are you guys ready for the last question?
Oh boy, am I.
The grand finale.
Oh, man. Yeah. All right. JF the Actor 61 asks, what is one convention that you would all really want to be invited
Anime
to?
Boston.
Anime Boston's up there. Let's see. Obviously, I will know we have made it when we get invited to San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, boy.
Like, if we get invited to San Diego Comic-Con, I'll be like, nah, we're good. We've made it.
When we make a hit animated series for television.
Yeah, that'll be
happen.
when that happens, pretty much.
Or have millions of dollars to promote ourselves there. For me, I really would like us to be invited realistically by a convention in California. That'd be
Just
nice.
anyone, just
like,
anything on the West Coast would be nice.
Myself and Lanny are actually going to Anime Expo this year, and we're running a booth there, and we're really excited about that.
Yeah, no, looking forward to meeting a lot of people. Still haven't heard anything about whether we petitioned to get a panel there or we filled in their little thing. We haven't heard back from them yet, so hopefully we will.
Here's hope. I would be really nice. I'd like us to be invited to RTX.
That'd be cool
I
too.
think that would be pretty cool to be invited there.
We know a lot of people at Rooster Teeth. I'm kind of surprised we haven't been so far.
We are. They're owned by Full Screen, and we're Screenwave. We're very different. We're a completely different company.
I suppose.
That does factor in. That's why they're, of course, Funhouse. I think Kind of Funny Videos and Screw Attack are all like big into RTX because essentially they're becoming a big conglomerate, and that makes sense because you build up to that point.
Yeah.
And so that's why do you think Red vs. Blue is on the El Rey network now? I'm not kidding. It's on TV. It's pretty crazy, and it's really cool for them too. Like that, and of course, Anime Boston would be pretty kick-ass because we'd love to go to Boston sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I would love, and I don't know why we haven't been invited yet, Anime North.
Oh yeah.
I'd love to go to Anime North as well. I don't know if that's ever going to be in the cards. I'd love to go though.
There's a lot of places that we'd love to go, and a lot of places people want us to go. And what I always tell everybody is like, if you want us to be at a local con, just write your local con, or they usually have like guest suggestion pages and things like that. But that's usually the best way to get to us is like just letting them know that there's an interest.
Either that or, like lead a visual outside their building.
Let them know.
Yeah. It's the only way. But yeah, if you do want us at your conventions, guys, go to the forums and they'll probably will have guest suggestions, and put our names down there.
If you want to see
And
it.
obviously, if you are a convention that just happens to be listening, we have all of our contact info on
Yep.
our website, TeamFourStar.com.
I would really just kill at this point to meet some people, meet our fans on the West and East Coast more.
I
don't
agree.
feel like I really don't feel like we've gotten almost any opportunity except for Kineticon, which a cool convention, but still outside of our biggest bases, where our biggest fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
The years will keep going. Yeah, the years will keep going, and who knows?
We
Never
have
say
we have
never,
no
right?
sign. We're showing no signs of stopping. At least I'm not. I don't know about you guys.
Mhm.
I've been
Don't
really
test me, son.
I've been really tired lately. I think I have a
No stopping!
I'm just-
Ain't no brakes on this train.
Yes, there are. It's a switch.
I
in
broke
front
the
of
switch.
We're gonna die.
Yep.
And I think that's a good place to end it, with us
That
dying,
makes sense.
guys.
It works for me.
Yeah.
Everyone posts.
Death usually works.
Everyone posts train crash gifs.
Oh God, no.
Oh no, why?
No.
Well,
Oh my god. But guys, thank you so much for being on the episode number 50 of the
Woo woo!
podcast. First ever on YouTube. Before we head off, is there any last moments you guys would like to take in and say?
I just want to thank everybody who's been listening to these for so long and who's been watching our stuff for so long. 8 years is incredible. I mean, we had some people come up to us while we were at Phoenix Comic-Con, and just telling me that they were fans since episode 1 when they were in middle school, and now they're graduating college, and I'm uncomfortable. But it's just incredible for how many of you guys out there who have been with us for so long, and it's very touching, honestly. Thank you so much for sticking with us through this long journey, and we hope to continue to make it a journey worth taking with us.
I want to thank everyone who supports us on Patreon.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to say. You have helped us cross a threshold that is very hard to cross. And we're not done crossing it yet. There's a threshold from being small to medium in size, and it is a hard transition. And without the Patreon, it would not have even been feasibly possible. If it weren't for that, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. I wouldn't be able to work on this original project I'm now working on. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you. And anyone else who supports our side content, our main show, supports us on Patreon, buys our shirts or merch. Thank you so much, because it is so competitive out there. On YouTube, there are so many different people to watch. And you guys are willing to support us. That is so flattering and humbling. And thank you. And I mean that. Follow that, Kaiser!
Yeah, good luck, nerd!
When I was back when I was a teenager.
Damn it!
Back when I was a teenager, I was a pariah at school. I had no friends. I certainly didn't have a boyfriend, except for some people I'd met within the furry community. And I didn't have any prospects. I dropped out of high school because I was suicidally depressed because my parents enrolled me into a Christian school after I came out.
That'll learn ya.
Pray the gay
Yeah, right.
away!
They had to apologize so much. So, I was kind of a loser. And a loser in every sense of the word. I was uneducated, had no friends, had no prospects, and I don't know where I'd be or what my life would be like if I hadn't started doing Dragon Ball Z Abridged. If I hadn't met the people that are working on it now, if I hadn't reached out to the millions of people who watch us, if this hadn't come together, I don't know where I'd be, and I don't think I'd be anywhere close to happy or fulfilled. So while I definitely have more than my fair more than thanks to give to our fans, I also want to make sure that everyone who works on this project, you, Antfish, who has made sure that this podcast has lasted, Taka, Lani, for keeping me sane for the last 8 years.
You can't thank us for that. We've driven you insane.
Bitch, let me thank
Fine.
you.
I'm not going to be happy about it.
Thank you to Megami33, Falero, Masako, Even Vegeta 3986, though things are weird there. And they'll make General Ivan, just all of these wonderful people. HBI, I could go on and on and on, but if it weren't for them, this path I'd gone down, I don't think it would have ever worked out, and I can't even imagine what my life would be like. I probably wouldn't even be with my husband.
Nah, man. I mean, when you think back on it, sorry, I'll move closer to the microphone again. When you think back on it, I mean, I'm only here because I broke my back playing rugby, and I had that kind of free time to sit around and find Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and then I made Yu Yu Hakusho Abridged because it inspired me. And
then I saw Yu Yu Hakusho
Yeah.
Abridged, and it inspired me to work on G Gundam.
So that nearly crippling event in my life was possibly the catalyst to the best times I've had in my life. I know for a fact that I wouldn't be with my wife right now if it weren't for this project, and if it weren't for all you guys and everybody out there watching at home. It's been a crazy journey for all of us, and all we can do is just keep pushing forward.
That's all any of us can do.
Thank you for having us, Ant.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
And we'll see you guys. I'll let you do this sign out, Ant. This is your baby.
So once again, I want to thank everyone who sat down and listened. Thank you. And I will catch you later.